So, Shannon, what does this tell you?
It tells me that how repetitions of things over time get repeated and how it becomes truth or fact. And that's kind of how it is. And if you go back and look at our history, things get repeated over and over and over again. And then you're not knowing any better. You take that to be fact. You take that to be the gospel. But this is what we know to be true. Now, this is not speculation, Skip. This is not conjecture. This is not innuendo. This is fact. LeBron James has more playoff buzzer beaters than every other player that got a vote combined. Let that sink in. Every player that the general manager says, I would want him to take the last shot, LeBron James, who did not get a vote, has more playoff buzzer beaters than every other player combined that got a vote. In the final minutes of a playoff game, on a game time or go-ahead shots in their career, Kevin Durant is 28%. Steph Curry is 29%. Dame Lillard is 32%. LeBron James is 48%. Let that sink in. Now, that's not speculation, Skip. This is not me making stuff up. This is like, oh, you a LeBron fan, man. You were there, you all that. Skip, these are the numbers. Go look it up. But see, the narrative is, and you have helped perpetuate it, and I don't like you for doing that. You're a great person, but you're dead wrong for this one, Skip. You have perpetuated this for the better part. When you say first take up on 2007?
No, you got to go back to cold pizza.
Okay, cold pizza.
Yeah,
okay.
seriously.
So 03, 04?
04.
Okay.
Started in 04.
So so I fought you for this 16 years of conspiracy theories.
Yep.
Sidney Powell, I can't believe you did this because you got people actually believing that LeBron James cannot take or make clutch shots when he has more playoff buzzer beaters than Dame and Steph and KD and everybody that got combined. And look at the percentages, Skip. Almost 50% on game time or go-ahead shots in his career in the final minutes. Almost 50%. Nobody else is over 35%. And the narrative is LeBron James is unclutched. Wow. You see what you've done? I hope you feel proud of yourself. I hope you sleep good at night.
I'm about to do it again. Now, I want everybody to let this sink in. Michael Jordan has the all-time most buzzer beaters, regular season and post, of 9. Kobe and Joe Johnson are next on that all-time list, including all games played, with 8. LeBron is next on that list with 7. But here's the big difference between Michael Jordan at 9 and LeBron at 7. LeBron now has played 274 more games than Michael Jordan. Think about that. That's a lot of games. That's about 3.5 basketball seasons more that LeBron has played over Michael. So now LeBron in 1,525 games has made 7 buzzer beaters. That's regular and post.
Yes.
Michael made 9 in just 1,251, 274 fewer games. So LeBron James has made 1 buzzer beater in every 161 games he's played, or sort of 1 every 2 seasons that he's played, okay?
And Michael made how many? 1 every 1.5 season?
That's 9 in 1,251. So you could say...
Yeah, 1.5 season.
Yeah, okay. So, again, buzzer beaters are pretty rare for everybody.
Thank you.
But we have to look harder at how many that LeBron has missed. And I even looked harder because I started this on cold pizza. I thought he was all-time great when I watched him at what is it, St. Mary's St. Vincent. Is that how you say it? St. Mary's St. Vincent. I watched him on TV in high school. I said, that guy is next. He's got next. St. Vincent, St. Mary. That guy's got next. Here we go. And yet then 2 years in, I'm saying, wait a second. In late game situations, he looks like he's running from the late game free throw line because he is the worst superstar ever. Late game, late and close free throws. He's the last guy you want on the free throw line. So then he started making the right pass, and his apologists were defending him that he made the right pass because it was his turn to shoot it. He had single coverage with somebody.
No, his turn is give you make the right play.
Yeah, but if you're that guy, if you're Michael Jordan, if you got next, you just take and make that shot on a fairly consistent basis, and he did not. So
would you say Michael Jordan took and made more or took and missed more buzzer beaters than?
You ready for the misses? Since LeBron James, I want everybody to let this sink in. Since LeBron James came into this league, no one is even close to how many late and close field goal shots that he's missed. 2 or 3 point shots. He's missed 92. Next on that list is Dwayne Wade, who didn't play all those years across LeBron, with 77. But how about late and close free throws? LeBron has missed 15 in his career. Next on the list is J.R. Smith at 8 since LeBron came into the league. So he's missed extremely high volume number of shots. So what are the odds after a while you're going to make one occasionally, aren't you?
So let me ask you a question. So from 83 until 93, who would you say took the most buzzer beater shots in that time frame? I would say Michael Jordan.
Probably.
Okay, so now you're saying LeBron took the most. Well, shouldn't he if he's the best player? Well, Michael took the most from 84 to 93, but I don't hear you saying anything about all those he missed.
So here's the point. Every year they do this, the NBA.com GM poll. And year after year, LeBron gets no votes because they know what the truth is. He's all-time great. You can argue whatever we want to, top 5, top 10, whatever. But he doesn't have that clutch gene, because even if you look at the ones that he made, the first one came 6 years into his career. I watch every game. He made one at Golden State on a Friday night in 2009 over Ronnie Turioff. And I watched it, and he made a little, like a 12, 14-foot jump shot, and it was good. And he made it at the buzzer to win the game. And then he made that Orlando shot heard round the world in Game 2 to save them, and it was a catch and shoot on an inbound pass from Mo Williams, where it's right at the buzzer where he had no time to think about it.
You see what you did?
No, but he just caught it, turned and shot it, and Turkoglu just let him shoot it.
What else could he do, Skip, with point 3, point 4?
You don't have time to decide, should I pass it, should I shoot it, do I have to worry about the free throw line? He just turned and shot it. Then the next one is Game 1 against Indiana and Paul George. He has a left-handed layup at the buzzer to win the game, and he made it. And I give him that. He's 6'9". He made a left-handed layup.
You have to make he doesn't know. All he knows is that I'm going to get the ball. It's not his fault that Paul George chose to play backside, and then he gave him the spin and let him go to the lane. That's not
silly. Okay, but again, what's the degree of difficulty of that buzzer beater? Like 1 on a scale of 10? I mean, you still got to, you could miss it, but he just laid it up off the glass. And he is ambidextrous because he writes left-handed.
Okay,
correct, so I got it. And then he gets mad at Chicago because Coach Blatt calls the play for Kyrie because Blatt knew what everybody else. He's thinking the same thing. I don't want him taking my last shot. I want Kyrie taking my last shot.
What had given David Blatt? Because prior to that time, Kyrie hadn't taken or making any buzzer beaters. He hadn't made any last-second shot. So what would make David Blatt, given the circumstances, more convinced that Kyrie was the guy to take the shot than LeBron when LeBron had already made those shots?
Okay, but he just knew, I want that guy taking my shot. Well, you know it, and I know it.
Skip.
And LeBron, to his credit, got mad and said, hell no.
Skip.
I want the basketball, and he shot it. It was a 2-point shot from the baseline, and he made it.
Prior to that, Kyrie had never even come close to the playoffs. LeBron had made playoff
David Blatt knew
shots.
what the deal was.
Skip, do you remember the shot in Game 7 against Kawhi Leonard? He took and made that shot.
Yeah?
Yeah, he took that.
Which one are you talking about?
Game 7, when they came back in Game 7, the NBA
but it wasn't really even close.
It was close.
Okay, it was not.
We came back and got you.
Okay, well, he just missed the one to tie.
No, I ain't say Game 6, I said Game 7.
Well, he missed the one to tie, and he got saved.
But here's the thing, though, Skip. I'm just trying to figure out a man that has more. Skip, now, you see, what you try to do is that you added regular season. Now, when we come, you tell me playoffs is where it's at. The playoffs.
Okay,
this guy has more playoffs.
Then he goes down, he goaltends Oladipo against Indiana.
He did.
Yes, he did. It was a flat-out goaltend, and all the Pacers are looking at the ref like, how could you not blow the whistle on that one? And LeBron snakes the other way and makes a jump shot to win the game while they are still complaining to the referee.
Not a jump shot. A three-pointer. Well, then tell him about it, Toronto, because he had two in one postseason.
I will go to my grave telling you he didn't mean to bank it against Toronto because he dribbles the length of the floor because Ty Lue had the wisdom to say, let's not take the ball at half court. Let's just let LeBron get up ahead of steam, remember, on Anunoby. And he goes the length of the floor, and he gets so deep to the baseline, that he shoots it sideways and it ticks off the backboard. He did not mean to bank it, and it goes in. And I think the most shocked guy in the house was LeBron James.
LeBron wasn't shocked because he shoots that shot all the time.
You need the backboard there because you can barely kick
He got
the
$1 billion contract with Nike. The bank is always open for Goat James.
Okay, so what have we seen in the playoffs? Let's just do the most recent playoffs. Let's do Game 2 against Denver. It's a turning point of this series. And it's just 2 seconds left, and they are down 2 at this point. And the play is called for your man, LeBron James. And you're saying, like, okay, he's clutch. And here we go. And he freezes. He does not move. Rondo said, I locked eyes with LeBron. He did not move. But play is called for LeBron.
With Decoy.
Oh, but you don't decoy on a play called for you.
Yes, you do. Because guess what? Because can tell the people what happened. What did Mason Plumlee do? His guy is the who, Skip? Anthony Davis. He runs to LeBron because Jeremy Grant said, come. Gotcha.
LeBron, no clutch gene, knew what was happening in the fourth quarter. He was 1 of 6 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3 in the fourth quarter, and 0 of 1 from the free throw line. And he's like, I know they called this for me, but I want no part of this. I hope somebody else gets open.
But so let me get this straight.
Anthony has to run all the way across the floor to the far side to get Rondo's lock eyes with LeBron to get the basketball.
Skip, you make it seem like AD ran from L.A. to San Francisco.
Well, it was long ways.
It wasn't no long ways. So
he ran completely across the floor.
I'm trying to figure what. Just help me understand, Skip. Tell me the player that has more playoff buzzer beaters in the playoffs than LeBron James. I just need to know the player. I don't care what era. I don't care who he is. I don't care if it's Larry Bird, Magic, Jordan, Kobe. I just need you to tell me the player that has more playoff buzzer beaters than LeBron James.
And I need you to tell me who has turned down more of those, who has made the right play or run from the free throw line more than LeBron. There's nobody close to him. Like, what about Game 5 of the Finals? Just this past year's Finals against the Heat.
Yes.
What does LeBron do? He drives it. They're down. Okay, they're down. What were they? Down 2.
Down 2.
And he drives to the right. And you got to just take the shot. If you're that guy, get to the free throw line. You can make those free throws, or maybe you can't. Maybe you decided you just can't make it.
Skip.
And he whips the ball all the way back out to Danny Green.
Guys.
Just go up. Do you think you'll get that call?
No.
You'll get that call.
Skip, they're not bailing you out in that situation.
He's LeBron James.
No, Skip. He made the right play. But let me ask you a question. Had he made the shot, you wouldn't have said a word. See, you can't go by the end result, Skip. It's easy to do that. It's easy. Why do you? I don't even know why you do that.
Okay, let's look at the other. How about the other classic one?
Science.
End of Game 1. LeBron is on fire. This is 2018 at Golden State at Oracle. You've got the champs on the ropes, and you got the hottest hand you've ever had in a playoff game, and you get a switch of Steph Curry guarding you at the free throw line. He's 6'3", you're 6'9". Just shoot it.
Skip,
just
look
go
at
up and
it.
shoot
Okay,
it.
look at KD. Look at KD.
Go. Just take one dribble and shoot a jump shot. You're on fire.
Man,
You've scored 48 points.
You watch it. You see Steph Curry got him at the top of the. Got him at the three-point.
Go up right now. Just take one dribble and jump and shoot.
Let me ask you a question. When have you ever seen LeBron James do that? Tell me the time you've seen LeBron James do that.
He's the GOAT.
See,
that's what you tell me. No, He's the GOAT.
Skip,
you got a 6'3" guy on you.
That would be like me telling you Tom Brady should have ran 20 yards for the first down. When have you ever seen Tom Brady run 20 yards for a first down? That's all I'm saying.
It's a 17-foot jump shot. You can make that.
Skip, first of all, he's at the three-point line, and I don't know if there's any 17-point three-pointers, not even in high school, not in elementary school.
You can take one dribble on Steph Curry and go up from 17 feet.
Skip, did you see KD? Did you see Draymond?
You can get that shot easy, quick. You know it, and I know it. Goats take that shot.
But all I'm saying is the shots that he's taking and making, you give him no credit, or you try to diminish it by saying, oh, he didn't have to think about it, or he got lucky. Why didn't other guys get lucky? Why didn't the other guys take shots they didn't have to think about and make it? Why is he making all of those?
Highest IQ in basketball, and he knew at Oracle, we're down 1. If I go up and take this jumper, it's do or die. If it misses, it's on me, and we lost.
So basketball IQ. So basketball IQ is kind of like analytics. Analytic ways of probability of situation in this. So in other words, the analytics said LeBron James driving and kicking the ball to Danny Green was the right play. The basketball analytics says LeBron James passing to George Hill was the right play.
So to sum this up, I want you to explain to our viewers why LeBron is the worst late-game free throw shooter of any superstar in the history of this game. He is the all-time liability at the late-game, close-game free throw line. And you call him the GOAT. How can you do that? How can you justify that?
Skip, Billie Holiday, the great Billie Holiday, had a song where she said, hush now, don't explain.
Oh, don't explain? Because you can't. You're disqualified from being the GOAT if you run from the late game free throw line.
That's not what they're saying. They said clutch shot. They didn't say nothing about no free throw.
Well, it's included.
5.
Who do you want taking the last shot? And again, the last shot could be to draw a foul and go to the free throw line and make 2 free throws.
All I'm saying is that everybody that got a vote in this survey, LeBron James has more buzzer beaters than all of them combined. That's all I'm saying. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
17 years, he's got way more opportunities. Way to go. You made one every 2 seasons.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.